My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
There are also notable frame rate dips while playing on a PS4 Pro at 1080p and constant instances of pop-in. More, I've heard a number of audio issues that range from complete dialogue dropouts to audio syncing problems. It's nothing game-breaking, but it was a constant reminder that things aren't as smooth as they should be. Days Gone ultimately feels bloated, like a movie that goes on for an hour longer than it needs to or should have. There's definitely a good game in here somewhere. You can feel it in the crunchy combat and when running from an enormous freaker horde. Some fine-tuning and editing could have removed the tedium and highlighted what makes this game unique and interesting, but Days Gone rides strictly down the middle of the dusty road and never finds its rhythm.
Yeah, GameStop? Yeah, I want to cancel my pre-order for Days Gone.
Yikes. Big yikes. Oh man, I was not expecting these scores. Days Gone. Days Gone came out today. Literally just getting home from picking up. Do you wanna focus on the game? No, you do not. Focus. There you go. Just getting home from picking up the game. I'm sure you guys have seen, if not heard, of the review scores for Days Gone. Boy! I don't remember the last PlayStation exclusive that got treated like this. I think you know what? I think the last game that got treated like this, to my memory, that was a PlayStation exclusive, a PS4 exclusive, was the Order 1886. I think that was the last game that got like spit on like that. That got treated like this. This just don't happen too often for PS4 exclusives, but man, them Days Gone scores. I know IGN gave it a 6.5. You know, so they gave it that. GameSpot gave this junk a 5 out of 10. There's been a lot of 6s. I've seen 5, 6. There's like a lot of 6s and 6.5s. I've seen some 7s. I think the highest score I've seen for this game is like a 8 or a 8.5. And I'm just I'm just like, damn, I wasn't expecting, I thought for the most part, because I think right now on Metacritic it's at like a 72%. And you know damn well, with the times that we live in today, you know dang well, we live in a time where if your game does not get literally a 9 or higher, your game is deemed trash. 8s, 8.5s, I don't know how we got to this point, but if your game receive an 8 or 8.5, they like, nah, that ain't good enough for me. That's trash, fam. 72% on Metacritic. You already know it. A lot of the times the way these gamers look at these reviews, this junk is if it was on your list of games that you were interested in, is probably not no more. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the reviews are saying like this game is really not that special. I've seen clips of the voice acting. And I'm just like, man, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. It's not that bad, but I think like the stuff that's being shared about this game is literally like the worst parts of the game. Even Greg Miller himself, the Sony cuck, the Stan, you know Greg Miller, this sort of like dang near every Sony related product. Even he was trashing the game on his Twitter. I'm like, this junk can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. But if Greg Miller trashing it, this sucker don't trash no PlayStation exclusive. The fact he even trashing, I'm like, this junk that bad? Again, going back to the Order 1886. I don't know if you guys remember when Order 1886 came out. That junk got killed. A lot of people hated that game. And I'm telling you right now, you can, even now, like, I never got the hate outside of that junk being short. Like, I think Avengers Endgame is longer than the Order. Seriously. I think Avengers Endgame is longer than the Order 1886. I really believe that, you know, but the game itself was not a bad game. The Order was just short. It could have used a multiplayer because of how short it was, but I thought the story was good. The gameplay was good. You know, the gunplay could have been a little better, but the gameplay was good. The characters were good. I still think that's one of the best looking PS4 games to date. And that junk came out in what, 2015? Order 1886 was a good game, and I remember that game getting killed. And I was like, this game ain't that bad. It's just short as frick. You know, so that Dying Light, I remember Dying Light was getting, you know, kind of, I mean, it wasn't getting scores like this. It wasn't getting scores like, but it was getting like mediocre, like scores. And I like that. Like a lot of the times when games get killed like this by the, you know, outlets, I don't know if that Sony check ain't clear. That you know, that Sony Ben Studio I'm not sure if that Sony Ben Studio check ain't clear, and these suckers like, oh word, we about to crash your game. I don't know, you know, but just because a game gets scores like there's been times where games have gotten scores like this, and I've like played it for myself, and I'm like, what these suckers talking about? As trash as the review scores are, this junk smell next generation is free. You know, so the sniff is always the same, but here goes the game right here. Days Gone. Here's the art for the inside of the case. That's one thing even though there's no more instruction booklets these days. I like how, actually, let me take out the disc. I like how with PlayStation exclusives they have like they always have this like box art inside of it. So there you go, right there. Days Gone. What does the back say? What does the fox say? This world comes for you. Oh yeah? Survive a dangerous life on the road as outlaw biker Deacon St. John. Jesus Christ, what a name. Face freakers and merciless humans in a world ripped apart by a deadly pandemic. Explore a harsh open world, craft weapons, and upgrade your bike. Discover a gripping story of personal loss. 46 GB minimum, is PS4 Pro enhanced. All that good stuff. So yeah, this is a Sony. You want to focus, sucker? What the freak? There you go. I'm sorry. So yeah, this is Sony Ben Studios game. I think these were the same people that did a Siphon Filter, you know, and then for a while they were like doing like handheld games and stuff like that, I think. So this is like, I guess them getting like back into like, you know, making, I don't want to say like blockbuster titles, but you know, like big, you know, games for whatever the current PlayStation platform is. The thing is, like I was saying in the Are You Copping Days Gone vid, is the story going to be good? Because this is a single player only storyline, and I think it's like 30 hours long. If the junk ain't good, like suckers today don't even want to buy a game if it doesn't even have the thought of having a multiplayer attached to it. If this is a single player game only, you better make sure that junk is like God of War tier. You know, and if it's not, then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get that price drop. Or I'm gonna just rent this game, you know. So, but if you do want to still try this game out, again, GameStop is having that special to where if you buy Days Gone, you can return it for full purchase value. I think that's store credit though. I don't think you can just get like your money back. I think that's like, if you buy Days Gone from GameStop, they'll give you exactly, you know, the full purchase value back to you in store credit within 48 hours. So I'm guessing if you buy Days Gone from GameStop and you like, man, this game trash, within 48 hours, you take it back and they'll give you that full purchase value, but I think back in store credit. I think GameStop is doing this, and someone had pointed that out, and that was literally the only other thing that I could think of why they're doing this, because GameStop don't do stuff like this. If you haven't heard, GameStop is going under, like, fast. Like, GameStop is having issues staying afloat just with like the direction that gaming is going in. So I'm thinking they kind of doing it for that reason. You know, that's literally the only other thing that I could think of why they're doing this. You know, but yeah. So if you do want to, you know, just try it out, you can go to GameStop, buy it within 48 hours. If you find out you don't like it, you can get that full purchase value back in store credit, I think, and get something else. So if you want to do that, do that. But yeah, Days Gone, I will be playing this. I'll try to have out a review. You know, when this, you know, I'll try to have out a review soon, because I just know, as I'm recording this, is April 26th. Tomorrow is Avengers Endgame. Sucker, bye. I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying. Speaking of that, you gotta stay. If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, like, this is literally, like, after I upload this, I'm gone. Like, I'm not gonna be on social media. So yeah, I will catch you guys probably Sunday, maybe, because like I said, I'm staying off of social media. I am staying off. It is getting harder and harder to dodge these. I'm starting to see too many people that I follow talk about Endgame, and they're not like really spoiling it per se, but it's like they're starting to say they're going too much into detail for my liking of how much they enjoyed the movie. Like, they're putting out they're putting out paragraph after paragraph of how much they like Endgame, and it's not necessarily spoiling it, but it's just like, alright, nigga, stop. Stop talking. You know, so yeah, friggin' you got freaking NFL players spoiling the freaking junk. What's that punk's name? LaShawn McCoy, I think. He's freaking spoiling the junk. You know, you're starting to go into just like random comment sections, and people are like posting, hey, this happens in Endgame. People are just a-holes, you know. Typical. Humans are just natural born assholes, you know, so just be careful. If you have not seen Endgame yet, please be careful. People are a-holes out there. It's easy for me now to just completely get off of social media, but for some people, you know, they kind of just feel like they like have to be on, you know. I'm stepping away at least until I see this jump. So Jesse, if you haven't seen Endgame yet, please be careful. I do not want you to get spoiled. I'm gonna still play this game. I'm gonna still try to get into this game, you know, really see what's up, and I'll try to have out a review like within a week or so. Anyways, though, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Will you be getting Days Gone despite all of the amazing review scores that it has gotten so far? Are you still getting it? Will you be waiting for a price drop? Was you never excited for this junk to begin with? Let me know down. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section below. If you have not seen Avengers Endgame, please be careful. Suckers, there's a-holes out here. Be careful. And yeah, until next time, I'll catch you on my next video, all right?